Spies in Disguise at Gettysburg is the third book in the National Park Mystery Series. Several years ago, they had the 150th anniversary of the battle there at Gettysburg. And I wanted to have a book to sell there at this special event. But I didn't want to focus too much on the actual battle. So for this book, I came up with something that was kind of creative. Ben and Bekka, twins from Lansing, Michigan, are invited to participate in a big competition. Now, they live here in Lansing, and they travel over here to Southwest Pennsylvania, where Gettysburg is located. What I did for this is to come up with the games that boys and girls played back in the 1860s. So I had boys and girls from the northern states meet boys and girls from the southern states and play the games like marbles. There were real intense rivalries back then with marbles. Also with jacks. A lot of kids played jacks. They had fun relays like hoop and stick. It's very difficult to control a hoop with just a stick. Now, for these games, the kids had to wear the old clothes, the old shoes. They had to sleep in the canvas tents, just like people did way back in the 1860s. They even learned how to play, we call it badminton, but back then it was called shuttlecock. Now, one of the interesting people that I met during my research were the Farnsworth families. Some of them still live here in the Lansing area. Well, Colonel Farnsworth, who actually fought in the Civil War there at Gettysburg, came from Michigan. So I thought, I'm putting him in my book, and one of the characters will be a relative of his. I also, in the back, have this FYI for your information section that Bekka loves to share with everyone. I have a picture of Colonel Meade, who led the Army of the North, and a picture of Robert E. Lee, who led the Army of the South. I put in here Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. I think it's important for boys and girls to learn American history. I have pictures of the monuments. Now, President Lincoln, he wanted his generals to get his message, and he wanted to know that they got the message. So he tapped out his own Morse code messages to the generals in the Army. In the back, I list that Morse code. So if boys and girls today want to learn something that they knew back then, they can learn their own Morse code and tap out a message to a friend. When I was doing my research, I learned about the snakes. There are 5 snakes that were in the fields of Gettysburg. 2 were poisonous, 3 were not. So I just know that in a book, if you throw in a snake, everybody goes, ah! Well, this is like one of the poisonous snakes that they have there. But it's also like one that's not poisonous. What did I do? Well, I can't give it away. But let's just say a snake shows up in a tent in the middle of all of the games. Spies in Disguise at Gettysburg? Who's a spy? Somebody shows up in the middle of the games as a spy. Who's going to win this competition? The boys and girls from the north or the boys and girls from the south? Can't give it away, but you got to read the book. I put in some fun facts from the Junior Ranger book that let you know a little bit more history. You can read how Ben used his binoculars. Bekka used her camera. All the time, they're saving the day with what they know and what they're able to do. Spies in Disguise at Gettysburg, still affordably priced at $7.95. You can get it at nationalparkmysteries.com. That's nationalparkmysteries.com.